Today on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas, we're going to decorate our dining room and staircase for Christmas. So stay tuned. So I want to begin showing you the staircase and and you can see I have some Mark Roberts elves that are decorating, and that is the mistletoe elf, and he is holding mistletoe because right under the mistletoe, well, you know what happens there. But up there now, decided not to put lights on the garland. Couple of reasons. I do like it, but this year I just wanted the tree to have the lights, and I did put lights on the mantle, but they're battery operated. Now I could have used. There's a plug up there, like right behind there, but this one down here does not have a plug. And for years I've been wanting to put a plug like right over there. I think the electric runs there, and that would be so good if we can do that. But I didn't want to do the battery operated lights. So I decided not to do lights this time. But I think with the elves and the garland, it looks nice. There's my Christmas bows that I made. There's a video on making Christmas bows, a couple of videos back if you're interested. But you can see the Mark Roberts elves. They are hanging on the banisters. They are decorating the staircase. They're excited about Christmas. And right in the window there is some candles there. At night, it looks really pretty they're actually battery operated candles, so it looks really pretty in the window. And then there's another Mark Roberts elves, and then the garland. And I just think it turned out so cute. Really, really cute. Look at this one. I think he's the decorator elf. Now, this garland, I want to tell you about this garland. Now, this garland I mentioned in my other video, I got off of Amazon. I got two cedar garlands. They're both 6 feet long each. So two for $49 on Amazon. Hobby Lobby has the same garland. The only difference is it has little hooks at the end. This only has hook on one end, and it's the same thing. And Hobby Lobby was charging $99 for one. They were having 50% off, which was like, $50 for one, but that's just one that's 6 feet. I'm getting two for 49. That is the same length, the same material. It's that thick cedar garland, and I just love it. I thought it was so beautiful. So I really love how it turned out. Look at this elf right here. So I'm happy with the staircase. It's decorated. It looks fun. It looks festive. The elf is hanging there on the ladder. The other one is holding the ladder, which I think is hysterical. I don't know. That's just me. I'm weird. Anyway, but I love how it turned out. On the door, I decided not to do a wreath. I have this little swag there, or whatever they call it. I'm not even sure what they call it. But Hobby Lobby, I got this at Hobby Lobby, and you can see it's that same material pretty much. But anyway, I just tied an extra bow at the top. Decided not to do a wreath on the door this time, but I love the bells, and I just think it looks really nice. Okay, now let's move on to the dining room. So if you are having guests over, and by the way, my name is Doug, and welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. If you are a new subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you for subscribing. And if you're someone that just happened to come across this channel, thank you for joining us today. Hopefully you'll get a couple of ideas and about decorating or maybe a table setting, or hopefully you'll learn something from this video. That's why I put out these videos, so people can learn something, whether if it's cooking, doing a recipe, or doing some holiday decorating. It helps just to get some different perspectives and different ideas out there. So thank you for joining us today. All right, so we're going to look at the dining room. Now, our dining room, it's not the largest. My dog is barking again. It is not the largest, but it's not the smallest. It's just a nice size. It's very cozy, I think. And when you're decorating for the holidays and you're decorating your dining room, if you have one, I know dining rooms kind of last maybe 5 years. New home builders stop building them. I don't know why. I love a formal dining room. Yes, we don't use it all the time, but for holidays and gatherings and parties, I like a formal dining room. But our home still has that open concept. But I like having a dining room, so hopefully they'll bring those back. But when you're decorating your dining room and you're having people over, you want it to make it look fun and festive. And depending on your style, some people are modern, some people are traditional, contemporary. Whatever your style is, you really kind of want your decor, your place settings, all that stuff to kind of go together. And I kind of we lean more towards the traditional style, but I do kind of like some of that farmhouse, little country style too. So I kind of incorporate too. I don't. I mean, it's really up to you how you love to decorate. I don't like putting videos out there and telling you you need to do this, you need to do that. I feel like you should do it what you feel comfortable with, and if what things that you like. I think that's most important. There are some designers out there which are really great designers, and that's fine if you want to go towards that. But I kind of lean more towards doing things that make you happy, that make you feel comfortable, that you like. So I have really a mix of so many different things in my dining room, which I'm going to show you in just a second. So when you walk in the front door, you kind of see the living room right away, and the dining room is off to the side. So I have a little side table here, and this is the glittered fruit, the frosted fruit that we made. We did a craft video on that. Check out that video. It's a couple of videos. Actually, you know what? I didn't post it yet. I did a video, but I didn't post it yet. But I'm going to be showing you how to make this glittered fruit. It's really easy. You're just using Mod Podge and glitter. That's basically all. And this is, of course, fake fruit. But back in the Victorian days, it was very, very popular. And when we say Victorian days, we're talking about the 1830s to the early 1900s. So it was really, really popular then. And since our dining room leans more towards traditional, the furniture and just the style, I kind of thought it would be a nice little touch to add to this side table and make it kind of festive. Now, this is what it looks like right now. And I'm going to go through all the different items and show you guys the candles on that is like an Advent wreath. Of course, they're not lit yet because it's not Advent time, but they will be lit. And I just love candles in the dining room. I think it makes it look so pretty and a nice warm glow. But let's look at all the items. So the first thing I want to show you is this little greenery arrangement. Now, I don't know if you've been watching a lot of TikToks or a lot of things online, but the thing to do this year, I guess, is to get a vase and to get one of these Hobby Lobby little greenery, well, they're like little trees, I guess, but to get that and to put it in a pot. So I love the idea. I thought it was an awesome idea. So, I like getting my ideas from all over the place. So I thought it was a really nice. I have this plant stand already. And so I got this vase here at Hobby Lobby and some nice green velvet ribbon. That's a dark green velvet ribbon. And then I just placed that little tree in there, and I just love how that looks. It's very simple. I think it looks elegant, and I think it looks great in this room. Now, what's in this window here is called a Schwibbogen in German, which is a candle arch, and it is electric, so you do plug it in, and it's electric lights. It's daytime, so I don't have it on now. Let me see if I can put it on real quick. Yeah, you can kind of get the idea. So at night, it looks really pretty with the candles, the light, and that is the church in Siphon. It looks really, really pretty in the window, and at night it gives that nice warm glow. Moving over here, I have my Mark Roberts Santa. This is the one that's around 3 feet tall. It's kind of large there. He's on this plant stand too. But I just love Mark Roberts, elves and fairies and Santas. They're very ornate. It's very high quality though. I mean, the fabric that he uses, look at this. And this is all wired, and he's very posable. And this one he actually signed. I actually got his autograph. He had a signing at one of the, I think it was Decorators Warehouse in Dallas. Or was that Plano? Anyway, um, or Holiday Warehouse. I can't remember the name. It was a few years ago, but yeah, he had a signing there of his Elves and Fairies. So I got some Elves and Fairies signed, and this big guy, I wanted to make sure I got his signature. He's a designer from California, but look how beautiful this Santa is. I think I've showed you him before in the past, but look at that lining in his little cape here. Look at that. And he has a hoodie. So he has a hoodie, and but it's so beautiful. The tassel, look at that tassel, gorgeous. And I just thought it's very formal, and I thought it looks really, really nice in the dining room. So that's my large Mark Roberts Santa. And then, of course, I have my Hummel figurines that I inherited from my mom and dad, and some that Yvonne and I bought over the years. But these are the winter children. Notice the choir there, they're singing, playing some instruments. Love that. And these guys up here, it's just very winter. He's mailing a letter to Santa. So I just thought it looks really, really pretty in the dining room. And once again, it goes with the entire aesthetic of the room. And that little Christmas tree, that's from our friends Lila and Jessica with the little candle back there. That's also German. And then on this little side table here, I got these 2 lamps that used to be on the kitchen counter. They're actually rechargeable. But I have some German smokers there. Those are Rauchermann, um, German smokers, where you take half of them off, you put an incense cone, and smoke comes out of the mouth. They're really, really cute. But I don't like, I mean, not that I don't like lighting them, but I'm really cautious about lighting them because I don't want anything catching on fire. But sometimes I light them, but I got to be definitely in the room. And then this is just a little bowl of potpourri. So I think that's really cute. Little present at the bottom. So really cute. Over here, there's a German plate, of course, and then I have a little wooden Santa there. And then let's take a look at the Hummels over here. These are angels. And once again, a lot of these were inherited, some of them were purchased, but I just love the German angel Hummels. Hummels, they're so pretty, and they're playing instruments, and I just love having them in my china closet or curio cabinet or whatever you call this thing. Okay, so let's look at the table. Finally, let's look at the table. So on each chair, I got these little decor at Pier 1 when they were still in business. I love them. I have them hanging on the chair, on the back of each chair. They have little jingle bells on it, and just I think they're really cute. And then on the table we have an Advent wreath right there. I just love this one because it's not that formal. It's to me, it's very kind of like country because of the wood and everything, and I just love the warm feeling of it. But Advent time, you light a candle each Sunday of the month. There's 4 Sundays, and each one represents a specific theme, if you want to call it, like love and hope. But I just love having this on as my centerpiece because the candlelight at night, like I said, it looks really pretty for Christmas dinner. And then there's our place settings. So I decided to go with a red. And if you look here, I got a bow, and I'm going to show you really quickly how to make that bow. Okay, so this is how you're going to make the napkin bow. So you get a cloth napkin, and you're going to open it up like this, put it in front of you like a diamond, and then you're going to fold it in half like that. And then you're going to start folding down, and you're going to do it kind of thinly, probably about 5 or 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 6. 5, 6. Because you want it kind of thin. You don't want it too thick. So it looks like this. Then you get your napkin ring, and you need a ring. You got to have one that's large enough. The diameter of this, the circumference of this circle here, it needs to be wide enough. This is at least 2 inches, I believe. And so what you're going to do is you're going to fold this like this diagonally, and then you're going to fold this side down diagonally like that, so it looks like that. Take a look. And then what we're going to do is we are going to place this side, the one that's going down, that's in front, through the napkin ring, and we're going to keep pushing it through, and then we're going to get this side, and we're going to poke it through. Now sometimes, because if your napkin ring isn't wide enough, it could be a little tricky, so you make sure you get a wide napkin ring, at least 2 inches. So as you can see, I pulled it through, and it's starting to make the bow, and that's what you want. So you just fluff it out. Make sure it's even on both sides. And there you have your bow. Cute. Let's just make sure it's even on both sides. And fluff it out like I said. Nice. Okay, so we're going to put that on our place setting. Okay, so doesn't that look cute? So let's go through a place setting real quick in case you're not familiar. I've done this before, but I kind of like reminding y'all every year about maybe a formal place setting. It's important to know where your knives and your forks go, especially if you're having a dinner party. If it's just your family, then, being informal is definitely okay. But if you're having friends over or it's a little bit more formal, yeah, you want to set your table appropriately. So we have our dinner fork on the left hand side. We have our dinner knife on the right hand side. And notice that the sharp part is facing inwards. It's facing towards the plate. Very important. Then we have a soup spoon. Now, if you had a salad fork, the salad fork would be right next to your dinner fork. So don't forget about that. But for our little dinner party that we're having, we're not having a salad with it, but we will have dessert. So there's the dessert fork, and the dessert fork, the fork part goes to the right, and for the dessert spoon, which is usually the spoon for coffee, you want to place it on the right above it, and the spoon part, or this part of the spoon, I should say, is facing towards the left. Now, I'm glad I mentioned that spoon because I almost forgot to put out the coffee cups. So aren't these beautiful? These are Royal Albert um, plates. You can see the marking on the back. Old Country Roses, Christmas tree, Royal Albert. I just love this place setting for Christmas. It's so pretty. The colors go so well. And look at that. Really, really pretty on the table. And if we look at our plates, take away our napkin, of course, we have our dessert plate. There's other plates here. We have our dinner plate, of course. We have an appetizer plate, or this could also be your salad plate. And of course, like I said, your dinner plate. Now, one thing I wanted to show you about the soup bowls, these soup bowls match the roses. This is just regular Old Country Roses Royal Albert china. And that's what I love this set, because you can use something like that. Now, I didn't want to put the soup bowl there because that's going to be served in the beginning, and plus the soup bowl, it's kind of hard. It doesn't look too nice on the table. So I'm going to put that off to the side, and when it's served, then I'll just bring the soup bowls out. But you can see it wouldn't be so great having on the table there. I like it like this, but notice how these can be used just like every day, or when you're having a special occasion, or Christmas time. Because of those roses, it kind of definitely goes. I love that set. So we have our place setting all done. Looks really nice. Let's look at our water glass. Water glass is towards the right on top, and then next to it is your wine glass. Coffee cup is on the left hand side there. And then notice the place setting. I just love those little wooden place card holders. Really cute with the bell. That's brown. Kind of all the colors just go really well together. And so you want to put a place setting card just to let everybody know where they're supposed to sit. So there's no confusion, And everybody has a place, and I think the table looks awesome. I think it looks really, really great. So that is our dining room Christmas table. Well, thank you for joining us today on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. Hopefully you enjoyed taking a look at our dining room, how it's decorated for Christmas, and hopefully you picked up an idea or two. I want to say thank you so much, and remember, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe, and please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends, happy healthy living. Bye-bye.